Hi, hello, hello. Happy Monday. It is Monday yet again. I'm out here with my little coworker. He's getting a little vitamin D. Yeah. Yeah. So if you hear yelling, that's him. So I want to talk about the fact that I feel like majority of women are held back with this idea that if they start some diet or plan or whatever you want to call it, that their husbands won't be on board, and then they'll be eating separate meals, and it'll just be way too confusing. And I'm not making 4 meals, one for my kids and one for my husband and one for, me neither. I mean, really, me neither. I got time for 1 meal in this house and maybe a couple chicken nuggets if, I do have small children that are not the greatest of eaters. So, what do you do with that? How do you control, how do you do all the things, right? So I'm going to go through, first I'm going to tell you this. Actually, I'm going to back it up. So, number 1, my husband would love to spend, probably an hour in our garage, not an hour, maybe like 20, 25 minutes pumping some iron and then probably go for a run. That'd be like his perfect workout. The problem is he's busy and he's tired, and so that means he'd have to wake up early, and sometimes he's up late working, and so, what are you going to do? So we've been slowly trying to figure out, I never, ever nag. I never even ask him if he wants to join. Like, I don't even go there. And almost to the point of him wondering if I even care. Because here's the thing. I think he assumes that that's what he's going to get from me, right? Like, she's a health coach. She's going to tell me to work out. She's going to, I love him no matter what he looks like. And that's that. So that's never been, we don't work out so that we are, for physical purposes. Sure, we like the results, but the reason for myself and for him is that we want to live well with energy and with minds that work and have brains that function, and without sickness and without all those things that cause a lot of people, that hold a lot of people back. So when the day comes, which it has come, and it's come a lot in the last 4 years, and then it's come in ebb and flow, and but what's funny is I can tell when he gets to the place of like, okay, something's got to give. I need this for this reason. And it kind of, it was one of those like, and the truth is everything goes hand in hand, right? Like, your patience are short with your kids because you don't feel comfortable in your skin, or you're tired, or you're cranky, or you're just foggy, you want to have a nap, you're mad that they're up early because you just want to sleep in. All these things are all, what go together. And so if you can kind of get ahead of all those things and feel great in your skin, and in your body, then guess what's going to happen? All those other feelings are going to subside. So here is when that day comes. Number 1, it didn't change the way I've been cooking. The things I cook are good. It's good food. It's great food, and everyone in my family eats it. It's not like it's bad or diety or whatever. I don't even know what diet food tastes like, but mine is not diet food. Come to my house and I will cook you dinner, and you will be like, wow, Kim, this was delicious. And I'm going to tell you that it was really good for you. Half the time, because if his dad comes, his dad would never eat like half the things just because he thinks that they taste bad, or he's got like some preconceived notion. And after he's done eating, I'll always ask, like, what did you think of that? And he's like, oh, it was so good, and this, that, and then I'll tell him like, ooh, that had cauliflower rice in it, and he'll be like, what? I didn't even know. I do it to my dad too. But are you in the sun? Sorry. Ooh, here, let me switch you. There you go. Now your eyes aren't in the sun. So when the day comes that all of a sudden my man is like, okay, help me get out of bed. Help me make, what do I need to eat? What do I need? And I love that he comes and asks, because, it's like the number 1 person, right? Like, for me, he's my number 1. So when he comes and says like, okay, Kim, what do I got to do? I get pumped. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I get out my trusty, P.S. you can have one of these too. It's not subject to just you know, people like me. I don't even know what that means. I get out my trusty little container, my little guide here. This is my workbook, and I'm going to calculate how many of different proteins and carbs, and I'm gonna calculate that for him. If I could there we go. Okay. Calories. Great. Is anybody on right now that can do some math for me? Because I don't have my calculator, because you're my calculator. Anyone? Anybody? Okay. So calculator if you are working out. Anybody on there? I could probably do math. I could probably do long math here. Okay, so current weight, I believe he's like 170 times 11. Anybody? 0, 1, 7 times 1 is 7. 1 times 1 is... Anybody? 170 times 11. I should have done this beforehand. You know, I'm such a silly girl. Hang on. Let's just do this. I'm pretty sure I know what plan he's in, but let me just... Hold on. 170 times 11, 1870 plus 400 minus 750, 1520. Okay, sorry, I got it. All right, so I did 170 times 11 plus, so that's like his caloric baseline, okay? Then he's moderately challenging workouts, so 30 to 45 minutes, 5 times a week. That might be a little shy. He might not be that many, but we'll see. And then so that would be minus 750, which gives him a baseline of 1570 for his caloric intake. That's how many calories technically he has to take in. And that's if we want him to lose weight. Because we don't, I actually may up that. I'm going to look at my plans, and I'm probably going to put him in bracket C, which means I don't really care about the calories. I'm more concerned about what he needs to take in, right? So you're like, what are you talking about? So I know he needs 5 green containers. Okay, so 5 green containers is all his vegetables. That does not include potatoes, just in case here. 3 purples, which is his fruit. Okay, he needs 5 reds, which is his proteins. He needs 4 yellows, which is his carbohydrates. 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons. You guys are like, what are all these things? These are the things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little guide. I know that he gets at least 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 red in his, 2 greens, 2 reds, and 1 yellow in dinner. So that's like 2 protein serving sizes. 2 serving sizes of protein, 2 serving sizes of vegetables, and 1 carbohydrate. So I know I can take off, so then, I'm just going to make it down. So I'm going to create for him. When we make his lunch in the morning, he gets to decide, okay, I want this for my fruits, I want this for my yellows, I want this for my proteins, and away he goes. So that way I'm taking out all of the hard, what am I supposed to eat? And then you choose the bad things. It's very simple. For lunch, he takes either breakfast fried rice one day, or he'll take another leftover the other 2 days. So I just make sure that those lunches have 2 greens and 2 reds. That's kind of my rule of thumb. And a carbohydrate. Yeah, and a carbohydrate. So I'm already down. I only have 1 protein left, which is awesome, because I feel like that's the hardest one, which that's not even including his shake. Oh, interesting. So we may have to back it up, and he may only get 2. I'm probably gonna have 2 proteins left. Yeah. And then he'll have 3 fruits left, Am I making any sense? Or are you guys like, wow, this chick is literally talking in... This is your macronutrients, guys. This is the good stuff. This is how we get maximum energy into the cells of our bodies. And you know what's rad is, you know, people always talk about, you know, keto and all these things, and I want to tell you, guess what happens when you take out certain food groups from your body? Your body needs them. That's how we were created. Unless you have a disease that keeps you, or an illness, or, you know, something that keeps you from that specific food group, do not be afraid of that food group. That food group is meant to fuel you. It is meant to give you energy to a different part of your brain or a different part of your body that the other food group can't do. And I think that is unfortunately, so what happens to so many people is that, you know, we starve ourselves on these crazy diets or intermittent fasting or anything that's going to cut you from eating, and then guess what happens? You come off of it and you binge and you fail, and your body is like, wait, I need this, I need more of this, I need this. So there is a reason there is this many food groups, and do not let it, don't be afraid of it, you know, don't be afraid of what you've got going. So, okay, now to figure out, so I figured he has 1 green left. Yeah, that's actually not bad. I can handle 1 green, not including 1 green. Vegetables are so hard for men. They're just so hard. He has all his purples, all of his veg, or I mean all of his fruits, which is fine because those are easy to take. With him, we're gonna have 2 reds and a blue. So what is my blue? So blue is gonna be like your avocado, your nuts, your cheese. So he could take like a cheese, like a string cheese, or you could take, pretty much that'd be the only cheese that he would probably eat in this. Hummus you could take, but I would say his like go-to would be a mix between nuts and string cheese. So then alternating days, because let's be real, nobody wants to eat the same thing every day. And I have learned about my dear husband, he needs varieties. So string cheese or nuts. Now, not just any nuts, you gotta make sure you get the right amount. The container is quite small. Okay, and that's pretty much it. 1 orange is gonna be, we'll deal with that. I could give him 10 medium olives and I'm pretty sure he would love me for the rest of my life. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give him olives every day. 10 of them. 10 olives. He'll be like, wait, what? This is so weird. Okay, so that's kind of what what I've got going. The shakes that I make every day, he takes one and he has it around 2:30 p.m. I mix it, I just send him, he just shakes it with cold brew and a little bit of milk and a little bit of water, and away he goes. And that gives him basically that shake for him coming home, it's like instant mood enhancement. Instant, he has like a splurge of energy. His mood is up high, so that way he can come home and he can be present with the family and not like, I can't do this. Because let's be real, 2-year-olds are hard, and when you've had a hard long day and you've sat in traffic for an hour and a half, the last thing you want to do is come home and be yelled at by a 2-year-old. But you are so much better when your adaptogens are high and you've just had a dose of super dense nutrition. You're ready to rock and roll. So what's happening over there? What are you doing? So that's what we're gonna deal with. So I'm gonna set him up for, he can bring so one of the reds will be the shake. So we're gonna do, 4 greens are gonna come from lunch and dinner. Again, that's his vegetables. How many reds do you need? 5. What is your malfunction? 3 reds is gonna come from lunch and dinner. Okay. 1 red shake. And then for his purple, one banana actually counts as 2 purples. So you can have, you could do 1 banana, and then 2 little cutie oranges counts as 1 purple. So you could have 2 oranges, an apple. So he can decide every day. And then 1 red, I think we decided we have eggs, hard-boiled eggs. He can do, what's your malfunction, Mr. Man? What? I got some turkey jerky? Turkey jerky? It's funny, I don't see that on here. Where's my turkey jerky? Anyway, so you can have beef, you could have jerky. That could be one of your red, or a red. Oh, yellows, that's what I'm missing. How many yellows did I say he gets to have? 4. So 2 yellows are lunch and dinner. Actually, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's more like 2.5, which that's fine. So let's do 2.5 or lunch and dinner, because the bars that I have are, so that leaves him 2 yellows. The bars that I have are half red, half yellow. So now we're rolling with fire here. So do you guys see how I create this and see how easy this is? So then what happens is he sits down and he can say, hey, today, or, you know, the night before, I'm going to take this, that, and the other. I can make sure we, you know, I get it ready, or if he can get it ready if he needs, and away you go. And that, you guys, is how you build a really easy meal plan for a busy man, because he needs a lot of food, especially because he doesn't really need to lose weight. He more just needs to tone and build muscle. And as he builds muscle, we want to give him a lot of protein so that he can turn that into muscle. So yeah, that is all I have for you today. But here's my last thought is, don't nag. Be a silent supporter, a silent prayer. It's just like anything. The more you nag at somebody, the less they're gonna want to do that thing, right? It's just like, I mean, kids are like a perfect example. But if you can stay in the positive and just be the example, just like anybody, I mean, you know, just like anything you're dealing with in life. But if you can keep just being this quiet, just this quiet supporter, and the minute he's ready and the minute he fails, don't like rub it in his face. Simply, it's just to like get back up again. You've got this. And so that is what we are going to encourage this man with. Maybe I'll even get him, see, you can have bagels. I'm just looking at some of the yellows that he could have in the morning. So this is like what I'm looking at, just so you guys know. This is like a list of all like approved all approved foods for these particular containers. And it's not that they're approved because no other foods are, but these are going to be like your high, these are going to be the foods that really do fuel your body, and that's where the science and the training and the certifications come from. So I better go, because this little man wants to do something, who knows what, but I will figure it out. All right, that is in our book, Carrie. Yes, that is in the workbook. I'm on module 3, in case you want to use notes. All right, let's see this guy. All right, well, have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the other side. Bye. Hey.